and welcome back to Science Rules the World with me, Ms. Rosenberg, and my lab assistant, Muffin, who's checking out what's going on in the woods back there. Okay, today we're going to talk about a property of all matter called density. Density is the mass of an object divided by its volume. How much matter there is divided by how much space it takes up. Okay? And we're just going to, just for guideline, liquid water has a density of 1.00 grams per cubic centimeter. So every cubic centimeter or milliliter of water has a mass of 1 gram. And density doesn't change with how much of your substance you have. And another secret of density is less dense things will float on more dense things. And we're going to see that happen today with a few different household chemicals. In no particular order, here we have corn syrup, which is made from corn. The juice from corn plants cooked down so it's nice and thick. Same process that we use to make maple syrup from the liquid in sugar maple trees. And how bees take flower nectar and turn it into honey. Similar idea. Here we have avocado oil, which I use for cooking and salad dressings. This is water. And here we have some rubbing alcohol. All right. Sorry for the interruption. All these substances have different densities, and I'm going to show you what something cool you can do with them looks like. It's called a density column. Now, some of these things look very similar to each other, so I'm going to use a little bit of food coloring in a couple of them so you'll be able to see the column better. All right, so let's get that going. All right, we're going to set the density column up here in this graduated cylinder so you can see exactly what's going on. Okay, the first thing I'm going to add is some of the corn syrup. And I'm going to have to pour this slowly because corn syrup is very thick. As you can see, it's just oozing down the side. I'm going to get about 25 milliliters in there. I'm not going to enjoy cleaning this up. All right, there we go. 25 milliliters of corn syrup. Very thick. If you were to pick this bottle up, you would notice that it takes a bit of force to move this more than it would an equivalent size 1 pint bottle of water. Since there's more mass in the same amount of space, this has a higher density than water, so it's greater than 1. All right, next we are going to use the water. All right, I'm going to put a little blue in there so that you can see it, because the corn syrup is almost colorless and pretty clear. So 20 microliters of food coloring are not going to change the volume of the water that much. I mean the density or the volume, either one. All right, So now I'm going to use this chopstick and I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to pour the water down along the chopstick so it flows more slowly in, because water and corn syrup can mix, and I want to minimize that. Okay. Because we want to see that. Okay. One ends, the next begins. Okay. Next thing I'm going to pour in is the avocado oil. And I'm going to use the same technique. It isn't really going to mix with the water, but I don't want to disturb the water by adding the oil to it too fast, sloshing things around. There we go. Pretty close. All right, that's a little more. Okay. Now we have 3 layers. Our clear colorless layer, a clear blue layer, a pretty clear yellowish layer, the avocado oil, and then one more, rubbing alcohol. All right, now the fact that the oil is not just not mixing with the water, but is also staying on top of the water lets you know that it is less dense than the water. All right, so I've poured a little rubbing alcohol into this measuring cup. I'm going to add a drop of green food coloring. So we'll be able to see that more clearly. And add about 25 milliliters of this. And this moves much more quickly, it's less viscous than anything else in here. Also more volatile, which means it evaporates faster. Close. All right, add a little more. I don't want to waste this because this is hard to come by anymore. All right. Now, if I leave this alone and don't mix it up, it will stay just like that. Okay? Now, how many layers do you think our density column is? Yeah, you might be wrong. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the top is the air layer. Air is always on the top because gases are always less dense than liquids. All right. Now this thing is beautiful, isn't it? I love this. Now what I want you to think about and then tell me about is, what do you think this will look like if I pour it out? All right. What's going to happen if we do this? What do you notice? That didn't help. All right. All right. Ooh, it's pretty interesting. I'm going to pick it up and bring it closer to the camera. Is that what you predicted? Tell me what your hypothesis was and what you think is where. And that will conclude today's session of Science Rules the World. I'll see you next time. Bye.